What's good, Buffs Nation? We've got a lot to talk about here because it's now time to start looking at all of the games on the schedule. So in this series, we're going to break down each game for the Buffs this coming season, talk about what to watch for, who you think should stand out, what about the opponent that you need to know, and talk some football. So let's dive into that here on the prime time of college football. First off, this video is sponsored by our partners over at BetUS. Go ahead and check them out. They're giving out a great promotion, 125% on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. You can get that from the link in the description below. Best part is they give you back 10% of your net losses twice a year. So they show love to the bettors as well as make sure to take care of you. So check them out. Link in the description below. Check out BetUS, and we appreciate them sponsoring these videos. So let's talk about the first game. As we're looking at the schedule here, right, we know that Colorado is prepping themselves nice and heavily right now, right? And you look at this schedule coming up. We're about 22 days away from college football kicking off. Cannot wait, right? On the 31st, well, 23 days technically. You got North Dakota State. It's who we're going to start with. We'll go down Nebraska, Colorado State, Baylor, and we'll finish up with Oklahoma State. So first game, of course, first item up for bid, it's going to be North Dakota State. Now, one thing about this program is they're no slouch. Coach Prime even made a couple jokes about it, right? He was over at the Big 12 Media Days. He had a couple jokes here and there, a little jokey joke, talking about asking the AD, Rick, why he had to give him this team, why he had to give him such a tough one, because he's 100% right. North Dakota State is not a team to overlook. They're not a team to be trifled with. They're not a team to play, right? First off, they got a new coach, Tim Polasek. My apologies. Now, you've been saying, Jay, got a new coach. I mean, of course, it shouldn't be a problem, right? Well, their former coach, Matt Entz, he left and went to USC to be their linebacker coach, which is kind of different, right? But he decided he wanted to level up. But North Dakota State is infamous for always competing for championships. Last season, they went 11-4, lost in the semifinals of the FCS semis. You know, they do an actual playoff system where they actually have real big brackets for everybody, right? It's much different than what we're doing here in the FBS. But hey, what matters is they're knocking that down. But Prime was joking about that, but it's mainly because North Dakota State is 9-4 all time against FBS schools, including at one point they had a 6-game winning streak between 2010 and 2016. Now you're probably asking, what's that got to do with anything right now? Well, the head coach, Coach Polasek, was a part of that staff from 06 through 16. He spent 10 of the last 11 seasons with that North Dakota staff, except for in 2013. And in that run, this is who they beat. They beat Minnesota. They beat Colorado State. They beat Kansas State. They beat Iowa State. And then they beat Iowa. Number 13, Iowa at that, right? Iowa's ranked when they lost. Now, granted, it's Iowa. Iowa doesn't like to actually, do offense or whatnot. But North Dakota State is infamous for just competing heavily. Another thing to remember, Wentz, former quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagle, Carson Wentz, I couldn't remember his name, as well as Trey Lance, right? Backup quarterback. He was number 3 pick by the San Francisco 49ers, didn't work out. Now he's a backup with the Dallas Cowboys, but that's 2 top 5 quarterback drafts from this school. And for them, they're bringing back their guy from last season. Now, before we look at North Dakota State and everything, let's take a look at what BetUS is providing for you all. Told you, they're hooking up our people, man. 125% bonus up to $2,000 on your first 3 deposits. Huge incentive for you to check them out. And so we're looking here on the site. We've got some college football specials in the 12-team playoffs. Now, we know Colorado is getting, a little bit of love. But I'm going to be honest, man. Sitting here with Colorado at only plus 1,000 to make the playoffs, that's kind of attractive. And it's really attractive because that's not too expensive. That's pretty good, right? $10 get you $100 get you 1,000. Definitely something worth checking out. And our partners over here at BetUS is going to make sure that you are covered on that. They've got some of the best service out there in the streets. fastest payouts in the industry. They will tell you 24/7 personalized service, 365 days a year. And you're going to get 10% back on your net loss twice a year. That's a huge incentive to at least give it a chance, and live wagering on all major games. So check out our partners over there at BetUS. You can see our link in the description below, as well as in the comments section. Give them a shout, give them some love, and yeah, make sure that you also gamble responsibly. Gotta, only gamble what you can afford, but gamble responsibly. Now back to talking about North Dakota State. So they got the quarterback Cam Miller. He had one of his best seasons last year. He has started 38 consecutive games. Lots of experience with him. And I think they only bring back 2 offensive linemen. I was reading through Phil Steele's book on them, and they don't have a lot of returning on the offensive side of the ball, playmakers. They just got guys that's up and coming. But Cam Miller has played 38 consecutive games for the Bisons, right? He's thrown for 2,600 yards, 19 touchdowns, ran for 629 yards and 13 touchdowns, and he completed 72% of his passes. Hey, that's some good numbers, right? If you really think about that. And their backup quarterback, Cole Payton, they use him like Taysom Hill's used for the New Orleans Saints, kind of a hybrid utility dude. He's just that good, and he racked up 615 yards rushing last year and 13 touchdowns. So basically what this is, and this is why I'm pointing this out early in this video, is the test for Colorado is, what is that defense going to look like? How strong is this defense going to play? They're going to go against a team that likes to try to muscle you. Now, granted, Colorado, with Coach Sims doing everything, Marcus Sims doing everything in the strength side of things, coming from SEC programs, he knows how to bulk everybody up and get them ready. So I'm not truly concerned about that part, but I am telling you, that's something to watch out for. They're going to try to run it down your throat. That's what North Dakota State's going to do. Because I don't think that they're going to be able to throw in this secondary at Colorado. I feel like this secondary is going to be elite. Even when Travis comes out, that secondary is going to be nice, right? So I'm not concerned about that portion of it. The big thing here is going to be, what does it look like stopping the run and getting to Cam Miller, the passer, also the scrambler. That's going to be where you're going to see Colorado figure things out. So Rob Livingston's got some testing to do here in deciding on how he wants to attack them defensively. That's something to keep in mind when it comes to how Colorado's going to play in this game. Let's talk about how things go. I should have did this shit this way. Fuck. Talk about how Colorado's going to be able to manage this. So, overall, offensively, I don't have any concerns of what Colorado's going to do in this game. You've got Shedeur Sanders, one of the best quarterbacks in the country. I don't care what the haters are going to say in these comments section. You know they are. But the league believes that he is a first-round draft pick quarterback. So, he's going to be out there leading things. The wide receiver room is nice, right? A lot of veteran presence coming in, a lot of return guys. The question is going to be on the running back side and the offensive line. So, the offensive line, as long as they give enough space, those running backs should be able to make some moves. And there's a little bit of battle in there. We'll talk about that when we break down the running back room. But if there's anything for us to consider in this game, we need to look at how does the Buffs prepare themselves for that defense on their side by going out and, working it with Shedeur, and how does the Colorado defense prepare for the run game coming from North Dakota State? Let me know what y'all think about that. Hop in the comments. Let your boy know your thoughts. How y'all feeling on that one, right? There's a lot to really consider when it comes to Colorado playing against North Dakota State. They've got a lot of weapons, man. And if anything, those 38 consecutive starts for the starting quarterback Cam Miller is going to be something to think about. But I don't think it'll be big of a problem. All right, so we've got, of course, more videos. We're going to be breaking down these games. Shout out to our sponsor, BetUS. Please check them out. They will get you taken care of. 125% bonus for your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. Definitely something for y'all to take advantage of. And you can check them out in the description below. Also, last set of videos or whatnot, got the latest one we put up there, make sure y'all check it out so you don't miss anything, as well as subscribe because we want to make sure that you get all this content. All right, we'll talk soon.